New Year's revelers in New Orleans, killing 15 people, had posted videos to social media hours before the carnage saying he was inspired by the Islamic State group and expressing a desire to kill, the president said. The FBI said it was investigating early Wednesday's attack in which the driver steered around a police blockade and slammed into revelers before being shot dead by police as a terrorist act and did not believe he acted alone. The FBI identified the driver as Shamsuddin Jabbar, 42, a U.S. citizen from Texas, and said it was working to determine any potential associations with terrorist organizations. "We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible," FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge Alethea Duncan said at a news conference. Investigators found multiple improvised explosives, including 2 pipe bombs that were concealed within coolers and wired for remote detonation, according to a Louisiana State Police intelligence bulletin obtained by the Associated Press. The bulletin, relying on preliminary information gathered soon after the attack, also cited surveillance footage that it said showed 3 men and a woman placing one of the devices, but federal officials did not immediately confirm that detail and it wasn't clear who they were or what connection they had to the attack, if any. Jabbar drove a rented pickup truck onto a sidewalk, going around a police car that was positioned to block vehicular traffic, authorities said. A barrier system meant to prevent vehicle attacks was being repaired in preparation for the Super Bowl in February. Jabbar was killed by police after he exited the truck and opened fire on responding officers, New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said. 3 officers returned fire. 2 were shot and are in stable condition. Investigators recovered a handgun and AR-style rifle, according to a law enforcement official who was not authorized to discuss the investigation publicly and spoke on condition of anonymity. A vehicle raced into a crowd of New Orleans revelers early on New Year's Day, killing 10 people and injuring 35 others in what the FBI is investigating as an act of terrorism. The driver of the vehicle was killed in a firefight with police following the attack around 3:15 a.m. Wednesday along Bourbon Street in the city's bustling French Quarter, the FBI said. After the vehicle came to a stop, the driver emerged from the truck and opened fire on responding officers, New Orleans police said. Officers returned fire, striking and killing the driver, police said. 2 officers were shot and are in stable condition, police said. They were among 35 people injured. At a news conference, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell described the killings as a terrorist attack, and the city's police chief said the act was clearly intentional.
First of all, we do know that the city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack. It's all still under investigation. You'll hear more after me. However, I have been in direct contact with the White House, with Governor Landry, and of course a unified command who is present here. What I'm asking at this time are prayers for those who've lost their lives in the city of New Orleans due to this tragedy. In addition to that, I'm asking the public to stay clear of 8 blocks around Bourbon Street. Stay clear from Bourbon Street, 8 blocks around. Very active, and again, a unified command is in place right now.
U.S. President-elect and former President Donald Trump spoke with reporters on Tuesday night, on his way into his New Year's party at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Trump said he plans to attend the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter. He also answered questions about a number of topics including immigration and the conflict between Israel and Hamas as well as the fighting between Russia and Ukraine. Trump used the news conference to express support for Speaker of the House Michael Johnson, saying, "He's the one that can win right now. People like him. Almost everybody likes him, despite the opposition that Johnson faces from some House Republicans." Trump expressed his support for H-1B visas. A dispute over the visas has divided Trump supporters. Trump, in an interview with the New York Post on Saturday, praised the use of visas to bring skilled foreign workers to the U.S. The topic has become a flashpoint within his conservative base. He repeated that support on Tuesday, saying, "I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before." In fact, Trump has in the past criticized the H-1B visas, calling them very bad and unfair for U.S. workers. During his first term as president, he unveiled a "Hire American" policy that directed changes to the program to try to ensure the visas were awarded to the highest paid or most skilled applicants. Trump, asked if he had any new thoughts on Ukraine, said, "It's a shame the whole thing started. Would have never started if I were president." He also said the war between Israel and Hamas militants in Gaza would not have happened if he were still in office. He added, "They better let the hostages come back soon."
It is. Can you, apart from obviously winning the election, what are some other highlights of 2024?
Well, we're just going to have a great nation again. We're going to bring it back to better than it ever was. I think we're going to see things that it's going to go fast. We're going to see some amazing things, but we're going to bring it back at a level that a lot of people didn't think was really possible, that they really want to see something happen, and we're going to give that to them. We're doing a job. We're doing a real job. We have great people. Many are here tonight, but you're going to be very happy.
Have you got any New Year's resolutions for 2025?
Well, I just want everybody to be happy, healthy, and well. Thank you.
The New York Post reports that Biden regrets dropping out. He thinks he would have beat you. What do you say?
Well, he was way behind. He would have really, I assume, not had a chance. He was way behind her. And we won in record numbers, as you know, on every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of people. So, hey, look, I wish him well. He had a chance to do it in the debate, and that didn't work out too well for him. That was, I guess, the reason that really led to his downfall.
What are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, just great, a great year. I think we're going to do fantastically well as a country. We're going to bring it back. It has to be brought back. People are not respecting our country very much, and they're going to respect us a lot. I think a lot of progress has been made over the last 5 weeks. It's been pretty amazing when you look at what's happened. There's a whole light over the whole world, not just our country. There are a lot of very happy people.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President.
Republicans who are still not supporting Speaker Johnson.
Say what?
What's your message to those Republicans who are still not supporting Speaker Johnson?
Oh, I think they'll support Speaker Johnson. I think we're going to have a great time in Washington, and I think we're going to get great support. He's the one that can win right now. People like him. Almost everybody likes him. Others are very good too, but they have 30 or 40 people that don't like him, so that's pretty tough.
Are you calling members on his behalf?
Are you logging members?
Well, if necessary, but I think really we're going to have a great time. We're going to get a successful vote. He's a good man. He's a wonderful person, and that's what you need.
Why'd you change your mind on H-1B visas, sir?
I didn't change my mind. I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before.
But sir, you said you changed your position.
Do you plan to go to the Carter funeral next week?
Say it?
Do you plan to go to President Carter's
I
funeral?
do. I'll be there. We were invited.
Have you spoken with any Carter family members?
I'd rather not say.
Have you spoken to President?
Are you and your nominees?
Well, I think we have great nominees. We're doing very well, as you know. I think most of them are being thought of very highly, just about all of them. So I think we're going to do very well.
Have you spoken with him? You've said that he says he's eager to meet with you. Are you planning a meeting with him?
Well, I don't know. There's a traditional meeting. Some people would say we already had that. You know, we met a week and a half ago. But if it's appropriate, I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Any new thoughts on Ukraine and the situation there? Do you intend
No,
to?
it's a shame. The whole thing would have never started if I were president. You wouldn't have Ukraine. You wouldn't have Ukraine-Russia problems. You wouldn't have had The Israeli problem with what happened on October 7th was just a horrible thing. All of the things, you wouldn't have inflation. Inflation was a disaster. One of the reasons we had the country, we won the country by the kind of numbers we won by, which were record-setting numbers. All of these things, and then you take a look also, look at all of the other problems that they caused. The problems that they caused in this country, and specifically Iran on the border. Millions and millions of people that flowed through our border, from prisons, from mental institutions, people that should not be in our country. And you see the crime numbers, they're going through the roof. Look at New York City, look at Chicago, look at Los Angeles. They're going through the roof. We're going to get them out. We're going to get them out fast. Thank you.
What's
Have
your
you
message to
spoken to
Puerto
Prime
Rico,
Minister
sir?
Netanyahu about a ceasefire deal? You said if they don't have one by the time you take office, there will be hell to pay.
We're going to see what happens.
Have you spoken to them about it?
President, do you have too much
They better let the hostages come back soon.